After being at the executive secretariat for 2 years, I've gone through just so many crises. It became time to be looking around for my next assignment. There was a rich history of officers who held the deputy executive secretary position, going from that to being nominated for an ambassadorship. And clearly that's what I was hoping for. All depends on what ambassadorships are coming up when you're out there. There wasn't one that really was the right fit for me. Probably smaller starter ambassadorship. And so Ambassador Nick Platt, who would be leaving to go and become ambassador to the Philippines, asked me if I would go and be his deputy. Wasn't what I was hoping for, but I thought it would be a good assignment for my family. All the action in the Philippines seemed to be over. Corazon Aquino was president. Marcos had left. The people power revolution had been successful. Democracy was restored. But, well, it'd be good maybe to have a little bit more relaxed post. They had a good school, had a good swimming program. Then Ambassador Paul Wolfowitz, who was going to Indonesia, asked me if I'd go there with him and be his deputy chief of mission. Well, Paul had been assistant secretary of East Asia. That could be intriguing. And it came down to, again, which school had the better swimming program, because my kids were into swimming. And I said, I thanked Paul for that, but said I was going to go to the Philippines. So we packed up and loaded up, and the family flew off to Manila and arrived in summer of 1987, and were there for a few days. Ambassador Platt wasn't even there yet. He'd be coming a week later, when there was a coup attempt against the government. And so it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I'm staying in a temporary house. I have a car outside with keys in it, and I get phone call. There's been, the government is undergoing a coup attempt. Military rebels have got an armed force. Malacanang Palace is being defended, and we have to set up a crisis management system at the embassy. So I said, right, I'm on my way. I throw on clothes, run out the door, jump into the car, start the engine, and then I realize I don't know the way to the embassy. I've been brought there, but I'm not sure I can find the streets. It's complicated. And I have this moment of decision. And I thought, well, I'll just try. I'll keep asking people. But I have this vision in my head of driving up to soldiers fighting. There's fires burning. And the news people are there with their cameras while I'm asking, oh, do you know the way to the American embassy? What a story that would be, American charge d'affaires, American deputy ambassador can't find the embassy. So I turned off the engine. I went inside, said, rush a car out here, pick me up, bring me to the embassy. They get me there, and we go through this week of crises, but able to provide support to the government, support to President Aquino. She's so incredibly brave. She stands down these rebels who are all men because she's willing to die and they're not. And also, I'm very pleased that a number of military officers who had gone to West Point and U.S. military educational institutions stood by her. They stood by the Constitution. They stood by democracy. and the coup attempt was put down. So all of a sudden, the Philippines didn't look like it was going to be that easy, relaxed assignment that I was expecting, and it was going to be a huge amount of action, terrorism, and violence. And that would indeed be the case.